am Steve Smith Sr., and on my new podcast, Cut to It, we're talking to your favorite athletes.
The New Orleans Saints, Malcolm Jenkins.
How long did it take for you to take that first step to talk to a therapist?
My body felt like it was in fight or flight, and I'm like, I can't do this anymore.
iHeartRadio's #1 for podcasts, but don't take our word for it. Find Cut to It featuring Steve Smith Sr. on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Presented by Pepsi Zero Sugar.
Earn Your Leisure is now part of the Black Effect Network in iHeartRadio. I'm Rashad Bilal.
And I am Troy Millings, and we are the hosts of the Earn Your Leisure podcast, where we give you the behind-the-scenes look into the world of business and finance with exclusive interviews with the people who are actually making the money.
From the biggest shark on Shark Tank to the brains behind Rockefeller Records, Earn Your Leisure gives you inside access to the biggest in the game. iHeartRadio is #1 for podcasts, but don't take our word for it. Find Earn Your Leisure on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast.
Presented by Pepsi Zero Sugar.
Thanks for listening to the Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon podcast. Be sure to catch us live every weeknight, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Eastern, 7 to 11 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. Find your local station for the Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon at foxsportsradio.com or stream us live every night on the iHeartRadio app by searching FSR.
Now let's get this party started.
You're listening to Fox Sports Radio.
Greetings and welcome inside Hour 2 of the Jason Smith Show with my best friend Mike Harmon.
Yo!
And it is quickly going to be decision time in what has become the game of the night in Major League Baseball. The Reds and the Indians, top of the ninth inning. It was scoreless, headed to the top of the ninth. The Reds have just pushed 3 runs across. Mike Moustakas with an RBI infield single makes it 3-0. The Reds are still batting with 2 outs in the top of the ninth inning. You're saying, okay, Reds and the Indians, what's the big deal? Red starter Wade Miley has a no-hitter going into the bottom of the ninth inning. It's not been a great control night for him. 106 pitches, 66 of them strikes. So not the greatest control night, but still, he has only walked 1, and he has a no-hitter going to the bottom of the ninth inning. And here's the thing, Mike, is that I get that it's 106 pitches. This is Wade Miley's chance at immortality. You have to send him. I know it's been a long top of the ninth inning, as Steve DeSager talked about it, because the Reds have put 3 runs up and they're still batting. You got to send him out for the bottom of the ninth. This is where you win the entire team. You win everything by putting him out there. I get it's 106 pitches, but when you get to the point where it's 106 pitches, are you really going to not put the guy out there for the no hitter? You have to send him out there at 106 pitches. If he goes 120 pitches, he goes 120 pitches.
That's right.
Really, does he not want to be out there? Of course, you got to send him out there.
Got to give him his chance. Absolutely. There's no. It's a no decision. Yeah, get a guy up and warming, and let's go. Let's give him a chance because, how many times Wade Miley's been in the league for a long time. Give him a shot. And now especially because he can win the game, too. Right, it's one thing if it's, all right, 0-0, you're just like, this is terrible. Do we need the win? No, it's early May. Let's go. We got a perfect game brewing also in the Tampa-Oakland game.
Okay. All right.
How about that? Because that's top of 7. So we got craziness going on here on a Friday night.
Let's. That's also a scoreless game. Right? Again, none of these no-hitters / perfect games involve the Mets with no runs being scored. Okay, this is not DeGrom pitching and the Mets. He's got a no-hitter perfect game going, and no. None of these games involve the Mets. Just want to let you know, none of these games involve the Mets.
They also still need to go back in and correct that screw job of Madison Bumgarner. You decided it was a 7-inning game. It's a no-hitter.
No, I get it. Look, I get that it's not a no-hitter. It's not 9 innings. What are all the other guys?
It doesn't matter. You changed the rule. So what do? You put it in the record book, and it says ... 7 innings.
What if it's a 5-inning game? It goes 4.5 innings, and the team wins because of rain 2-0, and the guy hasn't allowed a hit through 5 innings.
Life goes on. It's an official game. Boom. It's a no-hitter.
Can't be a no. It can't be a no-hitter. He's got to go 9
Why?
How do you feel how fair is that to the other guys who pitch into the ninth inning and, have something happen, give up a hit, and they go, only because I had to pitch the ninth inning. And you guys like Bumgarner going, yeah, man, I was good at 7, man. It was good. I was done. You guys, yeah, I'm good at 5 innings, man. I was done. I only threw
Smith,
45 pitches. Let me good, man.
Let me tell you something I've been teaching my daughter since about the age of 2. Life ain't fair. Shut up.
Growing up in the Harmon household, I assume that's not sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. Life ain't
a lot of
fair.
Happiness. Look, man, they renamed the group chat Besties, so I'm respected and I'm well admired in my house most of the time.
Wade Miley is, in fact, coming back out for the bottom of the ninth inning right now. Bell bringing him back in for the ninth. So 106 pitches. He is 3 outs away from a no-hitter again. 3 runs in the top of the ninth inning. Right now has taken the drama out of this. And before you ask, no, there's been a walk. There's been a couple of errors. There's going to be is this a real? No, there's no perfect game, right? You got errors. You got walks. No, stop. It's not. I'm sorry. It's not happening. So we could have a no-hitter from Wade Miley tonight. His ERA is down to 2.06. If you streamed him in fantasy tonight, boy, you are feeling pretty
night.
Good.
That's right.
Hey, speaking of what a night, I got to get before we get into the Knicks and the Suns here. There's this guy. We're going through this recall situation with Governor Gavin Newsom in California.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And I told you that I should get in on this because I have great plans and ideas, and if I'm going to run for president one day, I got to run my ideas of gas and milk under $2 a gallon. I got to find a place where it works, so I have a track record.
No, you got to start. Right? Absolutely.
Yeah,
even if you become a community organizer or a crossing guard or something, there's got to be some community involvement.
Yes, that's what I got to do. I realize I need some kind of track. I don't need a lot of track record because you see in politics when you have too much of a track record, it always works against you. You got to be kind of unknown.
Well, wait a minute. A guy that's been working in the government for 50 blanking years just got elected president. What the hell are you talking about?
Well, he went to Syracuse. Obviously, that's why. I mean, clearly, Syracuse.
Was it 48 years?
That's what swayed everybody. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that swayed him.
Still went to Syracuse. Say, hey, you know what? I like Boeheim. I like Mello. All right, Biden. I mean, that's kind of how it goes. That's how it goes for Syracuse, man. I got it. But, so I got to have a little bit of track record. But now I think I might be in trouble if I run up against this one guy who has now announced his candidacy, who is a Republican recall candidate named John Cox. Because I just saw the commercial on the Lakers Blazers game, and I said, "Wait a minute, this can't be real.
It's real. It's real."
He is campaigning. He is making candidacy stops, with a live bear.
Yeah,
with a live Kodiak brown bear. How great is that?
He's going to ride it like Steve Carell did in Anchorman.
There's no way that's safe. I mean, and he's actually riding around in a big van that says "Meet the Beast." The guy's campaigning with a live
it is. Yeah, no, it is an interesting campaign, all about how you've got to be a bear and be ferocious. Meanwhile, this thing's just sitting off to the side, eating snacks and just staring at people. Although I want to see the wide view, right? Someone's got to get me the viral video running with their cell phone of how many guys are sitting there with tranquilizer guns just aimed at this bear the entire time they're doing this thing.
I don't get. He's going from stuff. What's your policy? I don't care. The dude had a bear. I'm voting for this guy. Now I know I need props. I need something. If he's bringing a bear, what can I go with? I'm running an elephant. I mean, what's bigger? I mean, a pack of wild dogs. Hey, watch them chase down. I mean, what do I do?
If you're riding with an elephant, Prince Ali, happy to see. I mean, that's kind of where we're going.
That would be pretty cool. If I have the genie, I have Will Smith as the genie, and he's singing the song, and I come.
Well, you got to get him back in shape now that he put that video out, man.
Oh yeah. There's certain videos I would love to hop in. I'm not hopping in on the dad bod video. Not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Well, you know what? No. Look, if you're a guy that's already made several $100 million in Hollywood, and anything your kids touch turn to gold, you rock whatever you want. Just have at it.
The dude is on a bus tour and he's campaigning with a bear.
No, isn't it great?
He's campaigning with a bear. bear?
Well, I mean, it's the state animal, right? It's on the flag. So why not have a bear saying, we're taking back over this state?
What
Me
are you
and
gonna
my
do for
bear.
What are you going to do for this state? I don't know. Hey, roar, buddy. Roar. Hey, isn't that cool? What's your policy in education? You see how long these bears' claws are? Isn't that cool? Yes, I got to vote for this guy. I mean, I don't know. Now I feel like I really need to step it up now because this is a big deal.
Coming out to help with my campaign is the new first-round pick of the Bears. It's Justin Fields. He's going to sign some autographs and wave to the good people.
I mean, if I hear of a Meet the Beast tour, I'm thinking, oh, is Anthrax back on tour? Like, that's a rock band thing. Or the Meet the Beast
like
tour.
Like a Number of the Beast kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, it's Iron Maiden. It would be Iron Maiden 2021. Yeah. Meet the Beast. You know, that's what I'm thinking. But no, he's campaigning for governor. He's bringing a
that would
bear
be
with him.
So good.
And it's a big bear. This is not like
and all of a sudden you
bear.
Got Eddie
this is a big bear.
Is everywhere on the map. Blow up Eddie and a bear.
Eddie versus the bear. I would have Eddie. Well, if I could have Eddie fight the bear, who would win? I don't know. But this is a big bear, man. And I like how he's just standing there at the side while the guy is talking to people who came out to see him.
That is a well-behaved and trained bear.
I can't believe that's safe. I can't believe that's actually. Oh yeah. Well, we'll okay that. I can't believe that's actually something that's okay. I really find it hard to believe that.
You know, I think you probably get a couple of permits. I mean, it's not semi-pro. He's not going on a barnstorming tour where he's wrestling the bear every night. No, literally the bear's in the commercial, and look, you can make him walk next to a bear. I mean, that's digitally enhanced, right? I mean, green screen it with the bear walking. Yeah. But you can't fake the bear just sitting there and staring at a crowd. No, it's fantastic stuff. That was good.
Twitter at How About a Fresca. Mike gets Swollen Dome, the Jason Smith Show with my best friend Mike Harmon. Believe it or not, it felt like it was just 3 minutes ago we told you Wade Miley was coming out for the bottom of the ninth inning. The inning is over. Did he get the no-hitter? Special delivery Steve DeSager has breaking news with us. Steve-O.
Breaking news from Fox Sports.
No-hitter for Wade Miley. 9 scoreless innings, no hits allowed, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. The Reds scored 3 in the top of the ninth for what had been a scoreless game. So 3-0 the final at Cleveland. There was a rain delay at the start of this, about 90 minutes worth at the start. Wade Miley, probably the guy you're not going to guess would even pitch 9 innings in a game, much less throw a no-hitter. This is a guy that was a late first-round choice. In 2008, he's 34 years old and throws his first no-hitter in the majors. And then you guys referenced the game that's going on at Oakland. They've now gone to the bottom of the 7th inning. That game is scoreless. Tampa Bay at Oakland. And Sean Manaea is throwing a no-hitter for the A's so far. He pitched a no-hitter at Oakland 3 years ago, April of 2018, when he no-hit the Red Sox 3-0 and had 10 strikeouts, 2 walks in that game. As for tonight's contest, Manaea with 9 strikeouts through his first 7 scoreless innings, 1 walk issued. He's only thrown 73 pitches in the first 7 innings, so we're keeping an eye on that one. Meanwhile, the A's offense has just hit a ball off the wall. Maybe he'll have a lead by the time he gets to the 8th inning. A 1-out double there. And yeah, the Mets did play tonight. While we're on it, bases loaded, fielder's choice. That's a W. The run scores. Mets beat the Diamondbacks in 10. 5-4.
Look at that.
I tell you, there's no excitement like the game-ending fielder's choice for the Mets. I tell you, that is something. And again,
well, the only thing that would be better is if a bear hit it. But aside from
that would have been great. Again, for anybody who was only half listening, they heard scoreless game, no hitter. None of these games involve the Mets and Jacob deGrom. None of them do. The Mets won. They scored 5 runs tonight. Everything else, other teams. And
for everybody that missed it, this is the second time the Indians have been no-hit this year.
Yeah.
Because Rodon did it a couple weeks ago. Yeah. So there's a lot of folks in Cleveland raising their hand going, what the hell are we doing? We're only a quarter of the way through the season. We've been no-hit twice.
It's like there's a no-hitter every 10 days.
Yeah.
Hey, we haven't a no-hitter
3 outcome baseball, baby.
We got it right here. Hey, how did it sound? The final out of Wade Miley's no-hitter right here.
Luplow 0 for 3 tonight with a couple of strikeouts. Here's the 1-1. Swing, a weak grounder to short. Farmer in, he has it to first, and that's it! A no-hitter for Wade Miley. The 17th no-hitter in Reds history. and the first for the veteran left-hander.
Reds Radio Network on the call. We're going to play that one more time. Even the play-by-play guy who knew it was a no-hitter seemed shocked when he actually read Wade Miley's name off and said, "Oh, no-hitter for Wade Miley." I got to play it one more time.
Luplow 0 for 3 tonight with a couple of strikeouts. Here's the 1-1. Swing, a weak grounder to short. Farmer in, he has it to first, and that's it! A no-hitter for Wade Miley! The 17th no-hitter in Reds history.
I can't believe it. Not Tom Seaver. You know, this is Wade Miley with a no-hitter.
Well, but the thing is, for Wade Miley, that's just the third complete game of his career.
Yeah.
With a guy that came into the game with a record of 89 and 87. Or 88 and 87 before tonight. That's his 89th win. Career ERA of 4.18. But the fact that it's his third complete game, I think that's it. You're just not expecting him to go this deep into a game.
Oh, man.
Crafty southpaw mode now.
Wasn't it Wade Miley? Was this like 3 years ago in the playoffs, right? Like, didn't he start a game? And didn't he start a game and they took him out after like 5 pitchers?
Milwaukee, yeah.
That was They took him out because they wanted to start him in game 6 or game something or game 7, I forget. Like,
at
so
Dodger
the plan
Stadium.
was right. We're going to start him, and the Dodgers thinking they get their lineup
He
ready to
walked
face.
the leadoff guy and they pulled him.
Yeah.
And then he winds up actually pitching the next game or something like, and he didn't even go the 5 innings.
Right, because they did it because the Dodgers are loading up their lineup, and so we're going to take him out and then pitch him in Game 6, and suddenly now the Dodgers are at a deficit because they don't have the right pitcher in. I remember that happening. Didn't he started 2 games in a row? I don't know if anybody's ever done that. Has anybody ever started 2 straight games in a playoff series before?
Yeah, I think it was Game 5 on the road, day off, Game 6 at home, and both starts combined did not net 5 innings.
Oh,
and tonight he throws 9. A no-hitter.
And I want to say the last time, not that it's going to happen because we're in the 7th inning and the game is nothing.
1990, I think you're right.
1990, right? It was Dave Stewart and Fernando Valenzuela, right? Dave Stewart threw a no-hitter early, and then Fernando Valenzuela, final game of the night, threw a no-hitter, right? So we had 2 no-hitters on the same day.
Mm-hmm.
Something to watch out for here on Fox Sports Radio. And the A's now have the lead over the Rays 1-0 in the 7th inning. So Chaminade has a no-hitter, 73 pitches. Going to the top of the 8th inning, he will at least have the lead. Keep it right here. We got everything you need on Fox Sports Radio. We could have double no-hitters going on. Are they still really a big deal? If we get double no-hitters, sure. Are no-hitters still really a big deal?
They're always going to be a big deal.
We have that coming up next.
Because you finish a game. Nobody pitches a complete game. Unless it's a no-hitter.
Yeah, we'll celebrate the complete game like we celebrate the no-hitter. We'll do that.
Yes.
So we will have that. Plus, hey, let's have a frank and very understanding and calm conversation about the NBA MVP award, okay? Because we have to have another one.
No. Are you going to talk about boring teams that nobody watches?
We got to have another one. No, we got to have another one. We have to have another one.
Okay.
When you're looking to hire people fast, better late than never doesn't cut it. Fortunately, Indeed has Instant Match. Sponsor a job and you'll instantly receive a list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. More at Indeed.com/credit. That's Indeed.com/credit. More than that on the way, plus the Lakers making it close in Portland in their loser leave town match. Keep it right here, Fox.
Be sure to catch live editions of The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon weekdays at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio and the iHeartRadio app.
Good afternoon. Would you like to try a free sample of our double fudge brownie?
Oh, sure. That's very good. I'll just take one more, just to be sure. Yep, still very good.
Some things never change. Like never being able to take just one free sample. And Geico saving folks lots of money on their car insurance.
Is that macadamia nut I taste? Let me take one more.
Sir.
Yeah, I thought so.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
From iHeartRadio and Tenderfoot TV comes a new podcast, Algorithm.
I was assigned to do a really interesting story, and I needed the Uniform Crime Report. Included on that CD was a file I had never heard of. What it was line after line of individual murders. The first thought I had was, could we teach a computer to identify connected cases, to find serial killings?
This is Algorithm, a podcast investigating a modern serial killer and how he could have been stopped. And it's a story with the potential to change how homicides are investigated all across the country.
I think the Gary Police Department should be looking at some of those old cases. They still may have a killer out there.
Listen to Algorithm now on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your favorite shows.
Fox Sports Radio, the Jason Smith Show with my best friend Mike Harmon.
I'm an ass man.
We'll have more on the no-hitter update. Sean Manaea still with a no-hitter for the A's in the top of the 8th inning. He already has one to his credit in his career. We already saw a no-hitter by Wade Miley a few minutes ago. Could this be the first time we see two no-hitters in the same day since June 29th, 1990?
What a world.
Also, the last time the Jets were in first place in the AFC East, 1990. Joining us,
well, long beyond Richard Todd. But
that would have been that would have been the end of the Ken O'Brien era, getting close to the Browning-Nagel era. That's where it was.
Was there an era?
Joining us now on the hotline, he is the editor-in-chief at Fansided.com, longtime NFL insider, Pro Football Hall of Fame voter, and author of the new book, Wilson, A Relentless Life, day one of his life as a Jets quarterback. It is Jason Cole. What's happening, J. Cole?
I'm sorry, is the Browning-Nagel era, is that better or worse than the Gio Carmazzi era?
Well, Nagel had a couple of 300-yard games. That's all right.
It's already he had a couple of 300. This is the standard for a Jets quarterback. He had a couple of 300 yards. It's all right.
Yeah, he had a good run. Yeah.
Look, there's not a high bar to get over. No one's sticking the pole in the ground and having to go up 30 feet to get over that. No, this is where you kind of walk and just step over it.
We got Namath, Pennington, Browning-Nagel. That's where it goes.
Yeah, no, it's that Captain America scene.
Ken O'Brien wasn't bad. He was actually a decent quarterback.
No, he had a good run.
He went to the Pro Bowl a few times.
Yeah, and he had that 51-45 game against Marino, where neither team could play any defense. That's right. The classic.
Wesley Walker had the big touchdown in overtime. Oh yeah.
You know what how you relate those two guys together? Neither one of them won a damn thing. Boom!
Wow. Well, when
am I wrong?
When you're a Jet all the way.
Yeah.
Until you lose.
From your first 3-13 till your last dying day. That's kind of how it goes. Now they can go 3-14 because the 17 games and all.
Yeah, that's good.
Exactly. So 1-16. Here we go. Okay.
Hey, so any of your sources in Denver with the book Elway: A Relentless Life, which of course is available on Amazon. Go buy it. It's an awesome book on John Elway's life, and the stuff on Tim Tebow and his brothers is great. Any of your sources? Is Denver really waiting for Aaron Rodgers? Like this could happen, or have Tebow's brothers completely shut you out of anything going on with Denver?
Yeah, Peter Tebow really he completely shut down everything I had in Denver. Look, everybody in the league is waiting to see what's going to happen. Is Aaron really going? The question is Aaron Rodgers really going to go the distance? This sort of Field of Dreams moment, because nothing says Field of Dreams like a quarterback trying to get his way out of a team. So yeah, that's kind of the whole meaning of that movie. Is Rodgers really going to push it to the point where they have to get rid of him, like not showing up, really the whole retirement thing, or are they going to say, go ahead, retire, we don't care? It's going to be really interesting to see how this one plays out. But yes, every team in the league, but especially Denver, because he's on that short list of teams where where Rodgers would really like to go. Denver's going to be right there. And if you're them, like 4 first-round picks, I'd do it. Why wouldn't you? Just go here, take them. We're 3 first-round picks and a player, whatever you need, just take them, because you know that a quarterback can make that kind of difference. There's no question about it. And that team, they've got, they're deep at defensive back. Assuming Von Miller can get back on the field, they've got Chubb. They can do some things on defense, and they got some weapons. I mean, they really, really have some weapons on offense. So yeah, I'm all in. If I'm the Broncos, I'm completely watching this situation.
Don't you just keep pointing to the fact that your best winning possibility is staying in Green Bay? I mean, if you're Aaron Rodgers, isn't that the chip you're looking for?
How's that worked out for you for the last decade?
Well, you're at least in the conversation. Now you got to go jump over the Chiefs.
I don't know. I mean, look, if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'm fed up at this point in time. Because, look, everybody talks about the Jordan Love they drafted Jordan Love. They drafted Jordan Love. They drafted Jordan Love. Look, he's still pissed about how they played it out in the playoff game.
Sure.
I mean, that playoff game was a nightmare by LaFleur. He can say whatever he wants. And they can say everything about they want about Jordan Love and that draft. They kicked the field goal. And they weren't prepared for the critical moment at the end of the first half. I mean, if I'm him, I'm just pulling my hair out going, we are not prepared for critical moments. It wasn't just McCarthy. It's now LaFleur.
To be fair, there's 30 coaches that fall into that bucket, Jason, as we watch every year anymore.
Right, but you've spent your entire career. And if you're Aaron Rodgers, you're the most physically gifted quarterback of the last 10 years. I mean, now obviously Mahomes is right there right now. But if you just talk about the last 10, 12 years that you've been a starting quarterback, you're the most physically gifted guy out there, right? You're more gifted than Tom Brady. And you're looking at Brady just killing you. He's just killing you year in and year out and just destroying every opportunity for you year in and year out. I mean, you probably, if you're Aaron Rodgers, you're sitting there going, I should have 3 or 4 titles by now, except that I'm playing with straps, like, with coaches like McCarthy who killed me, in his view. Now, to me, McCarthy did some things wrong in how he handled Rodgers, but that's a much larger discussion. But in Rodgers' point of view, he's blaming all these other people, coaches, Ted Thompson for not going and getting players, and when they really needed to get players, not getting weapons, not spending first-round draft picks on wide receivers, spending first-round draft picks on Jordan Love, and again, a coach who was not prepared for a critical playoff game this last season. It must be driving him absolutely nuts.
You know what I'm going to love, J. Cole? I'm going to love. Remember in Airplane when Stryker first gets to pilot the plane and all the sweat is coming down his face, and you see that's what's going to happen when they trade Rodgers and they tell LaFleur, you got to make it work with Jordan Love. We have to. Our reputations are on the line.
If that's happening to him, no matter what, because if they keep Rodgers, he's going to be under such a microscope. Everybody going, Rodgers is so upset and he's impatient. Because eventually people are going to go, it's not just Brian Gutekunst who's the problem. Okay? It is truly everybody who runs that organization. So, LaFleur is going to be Stryker. No question about it. It's going to be January in Green Bay, and the sweat is going to be pouring off of him.
Well, wait a minute. We could make a trade, and we could get a guy. We could get Derek Carr. We could get Tua. No, this is here because we drafted Jordan Love. You make it work. But the guy stinks. I don't care. You make it work. Whatever it takes.
The It's January. The sweat is pouring off. It's a snowstorm, and he's still overheated. This is going to be awesome.
Well, that's the way it flows. Hey, question for you. Go back to Denver for a moment. Juwan James and his torn Achilles tendon. Tom Brady has his statement about workouts. I think that's the Svengali move of, hey, don't show up because we'll have a competitive advantage as much as anything. But do the Broncos really pursue this?
Of course they. Why would they pay $10 million for this? Unless there is, the only people who can pursue this are the NFLPA and Juwan James. And that is, when they said his coach, okay?
Right.
Now, is that his coach as in his Broncos coach who was giving him a program to work with? Or is that his coach as in his private workout coach? Because that
or wasn't it not a private workout at all? That's the option C.
Right. Yeah, well, like, were you playing basketball or were you doing something, which, again, it sucks. I feel bad for Juwan James, but why, if you're Denver, do you pay $10 million for a guy who's hurt? That's the rules. I'm sorry. And I don't mean to be cruel about this with Juwan James. I feel bad for him. But the rules are what the rules are. Okay? The rules are that you are not responsible. That's a non-football injury if you're hurt working out on your own or doing anything on your own, okay, to in any capacity. So why would you pay the $10 million? And I know the NFLPA is making a big ruckus about this because they don't want to have guys showing up. They don't want to feel pressure. They didn't negotiate a better collective bargaining agreement.
Sure.
This is on them. They didn't like this stuff. It's not like this has never happened before in the history of the league. Okay, this has happened dozens of times that a player got hurt doing something else. Okay, and the team did not pay. So don't come now and pretend that you're on some moral high ground when you didn't negotiate a better deal a year ago that is now a 10-year collective bargaining agreement. I mean, the NFL's sitting there going, oh, that's great. Tom, yeah, that's powerful stuff. We're not paying.
He's on Twitter at JasonCole62. That is at JasonCole62 for all your questions about Tim Tebow's brothers, Aaron Rodgers, or Airplane. Hit him up. J. Cole, as always.
Airplane is actually the first thing that I'm knowledgeable about.
Oh, very good. Okay.
Yes, let's talk.
Well, but I mean, you'll have an extra chapter once Tebow signs with the Jaguars.
Oh, that's going to be so great, isn't it? He's just going to be up the road. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, I'm doing the latest. The book is Tebow the Jag. That's going to be.
All right, there we go.
And that's a double entendre.
Right. Relentlessly pursuing an NFL career 9 years after he was last in the league. There's Jason Cole's new book coming out very soon to a bookstore near you. Thanks a bunch, Jay. We'll talk to you, buddy.
He's the best. I had to get a Tebow run in since he was referenced earlier, and he's literally right down the street from Jason.
I'm very, very excited.
All of a sudden, he's going to see Tebow's brothers are going to show up at Jason Cole's house and knock on the door and go, yeah, here's your, you have to stay this far away from Tim Tebow, but this is my house. Yeah, I'm sorry, you're still too close. You have to move. Oh, great.
I don't know that he's got that much sway. Urban Meyer doesn't own Jason Cole's house, I don't think.
Be sure to catch live editions of The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon weekdays at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific.
Hey, it's Ben, host of The Fifth Hour with Ben Maller, along with my trusty sidekick, David Gascon. Would mean a lot to have you join us on our weekly auditory journey. You're asking, what in God's name is The Fifth Hour? I'll tell you, it's a spin-off of The Ben Maller Show, a cult hit overnights on FSR. Why should you listen? Picture, if you will, a world where we chat with captains of industry in media, sports, and more every week. Explore some amazing facts about human nature and more. Listen to The Fifth Hour with Ben Maller on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcast, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Switching to Geico is a good idea, especially when you consider everything.
First off, Geico makes it easy to switch. They have licensed agents available 24/7 online or over the phone.
But if it's so easy, you might start thinking everything is easy, even big wave surfing. And it's not. It's actually quite difficult.
Well, if you switch to Geico, you could save hundreds on car insurance. And you could keep saving by bundling your motorcycle, boat, and RV, plus your home or renter's insurance.
But saving money might lead you to make some questionable purchases, like a 20-foot feather boa. And do you know how hard it is to clean a 20-foot feather boa?
Well, they do have an industry-leading mobile app you can use to pay your bill, file and manage a claim, or add a new driver.
But when life gets a little easier, it makes you too confident, and you start calling everyone Ace. And you're better than that.
Well, Geico has a 97% customer satisfaction rating and has been saving people money for 85 years. It's hard to beat that.
But you're right.
Switch to Geico. It's obviously a good idea.
Hey there, it's Matt Rogers here. You may know me as the co-host of iHeartRadio's Las Culturistas podcast, but I am very excited to let you know that I'm hosting a brand new show, the official HBO Max Movie Club, with massive titles like Space Jam: A New Legacy and The Suicide Squad that premiere in theaters and on the platform the exact same day, and a wide collection of library releases from the past like Man of Steel or The Cable Guy. There's something for everyone on HBO Max. To take a deeper look at some of these classic films, I'll be sitting down with fellow comedians, friends, and get this, comedian friends, to talk about our favorite moments. We'll also chat with the very folks who created these incredible blockbusters to discuss the inspiration, challenges, and joys they experienced in creating movie magic. HBO Max Movie Club premieres Monday, July 19th. Be sure to subscribe and listen on the iHeartRadio app, HBO Max, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This instructional recording will teach you how to arm and deploy the LMOE launch device.
iHeartRadio presents The Control Group, Civil Defense. A new season of the provocative scripted podcast by Brett Wood.
From the moment you trigger the launch, it will take 12 hours for all the world's nuclear weapons to be detonated.
Switch the indicator dial to the arm position.
Flattening in a moment what had taken centuries to build.
May God guide your hand in the decision you are about to make.
The Control Group, Civil Defense. Available now on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you find your favorite shows.
Fox Sports Radio, the Jason Smith Show with my best friend Mike Harmon. The loser leave town match in the NBA, Blazers and Lakers, is a tight one. Blazers were up big early, but the Lakers have made a run. They now trail 74-73. Ton of time left in this. 3.5 to go in the third quarter. Anthony Davis having a big night for the Lakers. 23 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. A big night from the floor for him. Meanwhile, Damian Lillard has 24 for the Blazers. And the Knicks and the Suns, a back-and-forth battle. Going to the fourth quarter, the Suns lead it by 2, 90-88. Ayton has 22 and 13 for the Suns. Meanwhile, the Knicks led by, who else? Julius Randle, 21 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists.
Yeah, Suns with 6 guys in double figures, and your guy, Julius Randle, getting it done. 21 and 10, baby. Double-double.
I'm telling you, Mike, the talk that we've talked about Julius Randle, MVP. In the beginning, you snicker a little bit and you go, no, come on. Then it's, yeah, but really, where is votes? Now it's Julius Randle's going to be all first-team NBA. So if you're all first-team NBA, you're close to being the MVP.
Well, you get into the conversation, yeah.
If it comes down right now, I think there's 3 players for MVP in the NBA. As good a season as Chris Paul is having and the impact he's having on the Suns, he just doesn't have the numbers. Right? Like,
he gets screwed because of how well Devin Booker's played.
Exactly. I mean, when you have a guy that's better than you, that overshadows you, it's tough to say, hey, let's quantify Chris Paul's impact. But clearly, it's a huge, huge impact. But when it comes down to the MVP, I mean, I would look at it as, let's see how the season ends, because you have Jokic, you have Embiid, and you have Julius Randle. I mean, those are the guys that have had the biggest impact on their teams. And look, Embiid has been so great the past few weeks, and people aren't noticing. Guess who's going to be the number 1 seed in the East? It's going to be the 76ers, and Embiid's going to be the reason why. The Knicks are right now the 4th seed in the East. The Knicks, they could have home court advantage in the first round of the playoffs, and it's all because of Julius Randle. And Jokic, we know what he's been doing with the Nuggets. Without Jamal Murray, clearly it's been some kind of run. I thought, well, this is where Jokic is going to fall off a bit, because with no Jamal Murray, they're going to be a little bit more fallible. No. So if you're looking for MVP, these are really the 3 guys you have to choose. If you're looking for your 3 finalists, I'm sorry, Chris Paul's on the way out. Your 3 finalists are Jokic, Embiid, and Julius Randle, and that's who your 3 should be.
I like that you're getting Julius Randle up there. I appreciate you. I think there just still needs to be more love for Chris Paul. He's also going to get screwed by the fact that they went 8-0 in the bubble before he got there. And I've seen some folks try to put that on him. What, they knew he was showing up? I mean, no, he wasn't there. He's an off-season addition. But it's the fun of this fodder night to night. Notice you didn't talk about Steph Curry at all. I mentioned his name just because it's like a dog whistle. In San Francisco right now, people are turning on their radios. Thank you for joining us, because they heard, that siren call of that name going, what are Harmon and Smith doing to disparage him this time? It's not really the case. But, look, Nikola Jokic, folks could say they're boring. There's been a big social media run back and forth. Jamal Murray weighed in going, thanks for watching, more or less, going, all right, you're done, to a number of media members who try to dismiss things. Look, even if you're not entertained, you can't deny what Jokic is doing when it comes to and we've talked about it a bunch, the win shares per 48. The number is off the charts. It's top 10 all time. Right? Since we're tracking these things and bringing the new metrics and going back and tracking things retroactively, it's 10th all time. That's a big bleeping deal and can't be categorically dismissed. You love some Joel Embiid. They get a win over New Orleans by a deuce tonight, and when he's been on the court, fantastic. They're a 500 team when he's not. So I like the argument. He's also a great ambassador of the game. Why? Because he has no filter and has fun. Having fun and pushing next is always a good thing for the NBA. So I'll give you those 2. I'm still fighting to get Chris Paul into that medal stand, just because. I like a little bit of chaos when these stats aren't overwhelming.
Yeah, it's tough because his real impact is where I love the impact to be. It's on the standings.
Yes.
But the fact that he has a player on his team that's tremendously talented.
Right, averaging 10 points a game more than he is.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to get past that a little bit.
I get that.
But look at my impact. Yeah, but look at who you're passing to. I don't know. Forget about that for a second. Twitter at How About a Fresca, Mike at Swollen Dome. So there you go. There's my 3. Embiid, Jokic, Julius Randle. Those should be your 3 MVP finalists. 877-99 on Fox. Jason Smith, Mike Harmon. Coming up next, we had MLB history tonight, and we had a story so totally Mets you're not going to believe it. Those stories are coming up next right here. Fox.
Wendy's only makes one kind of breakfast, your new favorite one. How do we do it? With fresh cracked eggs, oven-baked bacon, and flaky croissants. You know, the things your old breakfast wasn't doing. So toss that old news and its soggy eggs somewhere useful. And get to Wendy's, where the sausage, egg, and Swiss croissant, bacon, egg, and Swiss croissant, and honey butter chicken biscuit are just 2 for $4. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's 2 for $4.
Limited time only. Single item at regular price. Price and participation may vary at U.S. Wendy's.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, 3-time Pro Bowler LeVar Arrington, and I couldn't be more excited to announce a new podcast called Up On Game. What is Up On Game, you ask? Along with my fellow Pro Bowler, TJ Hushmanzada, and Super Bowl champion, yep, that's right, Plexico Burress. You can only name a show with that type of talent on it. Up On Game. We're going to be sharing our real-life experiences loaded with teachable moments. Listen to Up On Game with me, LeVar Arrington, TJ Hushmanzada, and Plexico Burress on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts from.